Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to solve Cambridge O-Levels Mathematics T Specimen Paper 2 for examination from 2025 onwards. Okay, so in this paper you have allowed the calculator. Let's start with question number 1. We have to calculate this. So with the help of calculator, let me do 4 divides square root of 0.0025, which is 80. Right. Question number 2, work out 40% of $530, which is 40% of $530. Right. Simplify 40 divides 100 times 530. This is 212. $212. Question number 3, this is a part of a bus timetable from New York to Raleigh. New York to Raleigh. This is the bus timetable. Number A, work out the journey time from New York to Petersburg. Give your answer in hours and minutes. Okay. The journey time from New York to Petersburg. Okay, this is the journey time. Okay, so the time journey from Petersburg and the New York. So Petersburg is 1940. Subtract the New York is 9:15. All right, so let me use a calculator. 19 hours and 40 minutes. Subtract 9 hours and 15 minutes. 10 hours and 25 minutes. So this is 10:25. Now for part B, Arjun arrives at the bus station in Washington at 1:36 p.m. Okay, work out how long he waits for 9:15 bus from the New York to arrive. Give your answer in minutes. Okay, so he arrives at the bus station in Washington at 1:36 p.m. All right, so the bus leaves New York at 9:15 and then Baltimore at 1:40 p.m. 13:40 is basically 1:40, and at Washington 15 is basically 3:20 p.m. So we are working with the Washington, right? Okay, so he arrives at the bus station in Washington at 1:36 p.m. So at Washington, this is 3:20, right? So work out how long he waits for 9:15 bus from the New York to arrive. So the 9:15 bus from the New York, it's leaves the New York at 9:15, then it stops at Baltimore and then at the Washington. So the Washington is now 3:20. So how long he wait? 3:20 p.m. and subtract 1:36 p.m. He will wait this much number of minutes. Okay, so 3:20 subtract 1:36. So 1 hour and 44 minutes he has to wait. 1 hour and 44 minutes. But the question is, we have to find the answer in terms of minutes. So we have to times it by 60. So this is 104 minutes. So this thing is times by 60. And this implies we have 104 minutes. He waits 104 minutes. Question number 4. Pens cost 53 cents each. Okay, so one pen is $0.53. Number A, work out the maximum numbers of pens Mariam can buy with $15. So let's say she can buy X pens with $15, right? So let me solve for X. How can we do this? Cross multiply 1 times 15. Cross multiply X times 0.53. To solve for X, 15 over 0.53. This would be my X, the number of pens. 15 divides 0.53. This would be 28.30. So the maximum number of pens she can buy are 28. Number B, work out the change she receives in cents. All right, so she can buy 28 pen, right? So one pen cost is 53 cents, right? So let's say 28 pence. It should be 28 times 0.53. 28 times 0.53. So this is just $14.84. Now subtract it from 15. She will receive 16 cents. Right, to get the change, we can say $15 subtract $14.84. So only 16 cents is the change. Question number 5. The table shows how a class of 30 students travel to school. The information will be given in the pie chart. Travel to school, number of students, and the pie chart angle. They walk, by car, or by bus. Okay, number A, complete the table. And number B, draw a pie chart to show this information. Okay, so 18 students walk to school out of 30 students. So 18 out of 30 times by the pie chart angle is 360 degrees. 9 students travel by car out of 30 students times by 360 degree. 3 students. 9 students travel by bus out of 30 students times by 360 degree. This way you will get the pie chart angle. 18 by 30 times 360. This is 216 degrees. 3 over 30 times 360. This is 36 degrees. And 9 over 30 times 360. This is 108 degrees. All right. Now let me draw the pie chart to show this information. Okay, so first 216. Let me measure where is 216. This is a straight line, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So 216. This is 90, and we have. Okay, do 108 first. It's 90. This is 100, and 2 units before 100 is 108. This. Let me double check. Yes, that is 108. This is 108. So 108 degrees is by bus. Right. Now the next would be, let me measure 36. Okay, this is 10, 20, 30, and 40. This is 35, and this is 36. This angle is 36 degrees. 36 are by car, and the rest of the students are 216 degree, and they walk to school. So that's the pie chart. Question number 6. The diagram shows a cuboid. Calculate the volume of a cuboid. So the volume of a cuboid is length into width into height. The length is 8, width is 4, and the height is 6.5. You will get the volume in centimeter cube. 8 times 4 times 6.5. This is 208 centimeter cube. Question number 7. Alex buy a t-shirt at a price of 15 pounds and 75 pennies. Okay. Pedro buys a t-shirt at a price of $21.99. Right. The exchange rate in $1 and pounds is this. Calculate how much more Pedro pays than Alex. Give your answer in dollars and cents correct to cent. Okay. So this we have given that $1 is equals to 0.73 pounds. Okay, what about $21.99? This is 21.99 times by 0.73. All right. 21.99 times 0.73 is this much in pounds. 16.0527. So he pays 16 pounds and this much pennies, right? So we have to find how much Pedro pays than Alex, right? Okay. He pays 16.0527 minus 14, then Alex 0.75. Okay, minus 14.75 is $1, yeah. A pound, sorry, this is in pounds and this is in pounds as well. So he pays the pounds is 1.3027, and let me convert this into dollars because our answer in term now dollars and the cents, right? Using the exchange rate, this is the exchange rate. Let me convert it into dollars. That 1 pound is equals to how much dollars? 1 over 0.73. Now let me find out what is 1.3027 pounds. This is in dollars, 1.3027 out of 0.73. Okay, divide 0.73. This is 1.78. So he pays $1.78 more than Alex. Question number 8. The diagram shows a hexagram. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's had 6 sides. Write an equation and solve it to find the value of x. Okay, sum of all angles of hexagram add up to 720. How it is 720? As we know that sum of all angle of a triangle add up to 180 degree. Triangle has 3 sides. So the 3 sides add up to 180. So 3 sides add up to 180. The next side plus 180. The 4 sides. Quadrilateral has 4 sides, so they add up to 360. And when there are 5 sides, they add up to 540. And when they are 6 sides, they add up to 720. So let me start from here. 2x plus 152 plus x minus 30 plus 144 plus 100 plus 120. This add up to 720. Right, let me simplify now. This is 2x and this is x. This add up to 3x. Right, now this simplify. 152 minus 30 plus 144 plus 100 plus 120. This add up to 486 and 720. So 3x is equals to 720 minus 486. This is 234. Now 234 divided by 3, this is 78. So x is 78. All right, x value 78. Question number 9. From the list, write down a number that is number A, a multiple of 3. So which number is a multiple of 3? 3.56, 5, root of this, 8, root 7, 12. 12 is a multiple of 3. 3 times 4 is 12. Part B, a cube number. Which is a cubic number? Let's see. What is root 196? It's 14. This number is 14. And root 7 is 2.65. This is 2.646. Okay, so the cubic number is 8. 2 cube is 8. Number C, a prime number. Prime number is 5 is a prime number. And number D, an irrational number. So the irrational number is whether root this or root 7. So you can see root 7 is an irrational number. So root 7 is an irrational number. Question number 10. Anna has a bag containing 10 beads. There are 4 red beads and the rest are blue. Okay, so the red beads are 4 and the blue beads are 6. The total would be 10. Number A, Anna takes 2 beads from the bag at random without replacement, means without putting the beads back. Complete the tree diagram. First bead and the second bead. Okay, the red are 4 out of 10 and the blue are 6 out of 10. For the second attempt, the red are now red and red. 3 reds are left now. She took the red and another red without putting it back. So the total 9 are left and the 3 reds are left. And if she took red, the blue stays the same. 6 blues are left out of the total now are 9, right? Now for blue, and she picked the red. Red are the four the same, and total would be 9. She already took the blue, and then again blue she took. Now the blues are 5 and the total left are 9. Now for part B, calculate the probability that Anna has 2 red beads, red and red. So the first red is 4 by 10 and the second red is 3 by 9. So the red bead and the red bead. So the probability of red. Okay, so this is 4 by 10 times 3 by 9. 4 times 3 would be 12 over 10 times 9 would be 90. 12 out of 90 in simplest form is 2 by 15. 12 by 90, or we can say 2 by 15 is the probability for the red. Question number 11. Maya builds a patio in her garden in a shape of a cylinder with the radius of the cylinder is 2 meters and the height of a cylinder is 0.08 meters. Number 8. The patio is made from the concrete. The density of the concrete is given to us. Calculate the mass of the concrete used to build the patio. Density is mass over volume. So since the density is mass over volume, what is the mass? From here, the mass would be equals to density into volume, right? Cross multiplication. So we can say the mass is equals to the density is 2500 kilogram over meter cube multiply by the volume of a cylinder we have to use. Volume of cylinder is pi r square h. So pi, radius is 2 meters, it's square, and the height is 0.08 meters. All right, so just simplify this. So we have 2500 times by pi times by 4 times 0.08, and we have kg, meter square, and meter would be meter cube, and divides meter cube. So it is cancelled out and we are left with the answer in terms of kilograms, right? So 2500 times pi times 4 times 0.08. This is 2513. Yeah, 2513.3 we can say kilograms. Now for part B, Maya wants to put tiles on the surface of her patio as shown on the diagram, right? So that is the tile. Each tile is a sector with the arc length 75 centimeters. This is a patio, this is a tile, and the arc length, and that should be 2 meters. All right, the radius of that should be 2 meters. Now explain why tiles do not fit exactly on the surface of the patio. Okay, so we have given the arc length for each tile is a sector with an arc length 75 centimeters. So this is one tile and it is in the shape of a sector, and its circumference is its arc length is 75. So let's find out the circumference of this whole circle, right? So circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. That is the formula. So 2 pi and the radius is also 2, that is equals to 4 pi. The circumference is 4 pi, which is 12.5664, right? So the whole circumference we have given, right? The whole one. And each tile has the circumference 75. So we can say each tile has arc length 75 centimeter. Yes, okay. So let me find, we can say 4 pi and divided by 75 centimeters. This is in meters, sorry, not in centimeters. This one is in meters because the radius is in meters. Now to convert centimeters into meters, 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters. So this is 4 pi over, this is in meters, and this is in 0.75. This is also in meters. They would be cancel it out and divide by 0.75. That would be 16.75, or we can say 16.8. All right, so as you can see, each tile is a sector. This is one tile, this is a sector of a circle. There are other tiles as well. So the whole circumference is 2 pi, and the circumference of one tile is just 75. So you can see the whole circumference for all the tiles is a 16.8, right? And 16.8, the reason is 16.8 is not an integer number, because that is why the tiles do not fit exactly on the surface of the patio. Why? Because 16.8 is not an integer number of tiles to fit on the surface of patio. All right. Okay, so if it is an integer number, then they will exactly fit on the surface of the patio. But since this is not an integer number, so some of the space should be left. I hope this makes sense now. Question number 12. Find all integer values of x which satisfy the inequality -6 is less than equals to 3x is less than 6. So dividing by 3 on both sides to get the value of x. 3 times 2 is 6, minus 2 is less than equals to x is less than 2. Okay, so all the integer values between -2 to 2. So -2 is included, -1, we have 0, and we have 1, but 2 is not included. So these are the integer values that satisfies the inequality. Moving to question number 13, the speed time graph shows the first 10 seconds of the journey of the car. 0 to 10 seconds. All right, now by drawing a tangent, estimate the gradient of the curve at t equals to 2. T equals to 2 seconds. We have to draw the tangent to estimate the gradient. Okay, so here t is equals to 2, and let me draw the tangent. Okay, so let's draw the tangent. The tangent touched the curve at exactly 1 point. At x is equals to 2, I'm drawing the tangent. Okay, so that would be the tangent. Right, now let's find out the gradient. We have to estimate the gradient of the curve. So that is the tangent to this curve at the point t equals to 2, right? Okay, so for this, let me estimate the gradient. For gradient, let's take a point. Let's say this is the point. Yes, the t value is 8, and the speed over here is, what is the speed? This is 4, 4.2, 4.4, 4.6, 4.8, 5, 5.2, 5.4, 5.6. Yeah, this is 8 and 5.6. Okay, and what else I have? Okay, so let's take this point as well. 0, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, and 1, 1.2. This is 1.1. X t is 0 and 1.1. Let's find out the gradient by using the 2 points, which is 0 and 1.1, and the other point is 8 and 5.6. Right, so the gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is y2, this is y1. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let me simplify this gradient. Okay, so 5.6 minus 1.1, 9 by 2 or 4.5 divides 8, right? 4.5 divided by 8, the answer is 0.56. 0.5625, or we can say 0.5. Yeah, So that's the gradient. Now moving to part B, write down what the gradient of the curve represent in terms of the car's motion for the first 10 seconds of its journey. Okay, so as you can see, the gradient of the curve is 0.5625, and what it represents in terms of the car's motion for the first 10 seconds of the journey. The car motion for the first 10 seconds, that the speed of the car increasing, it is accelerating, right? So we can say gradient of the curve shows that the speed of the car increasing for the first 10 seconds of its journey. Right. Question number 14. The table shows the distance traveled by 80 people to the shopping mall. So the frequency we have given and the distance in terms of kilometer is given. Calculate an estimate of the mean distance traveled. So the mean is basically sum of fx divided by the total number of peoples. So the total number of peoples are 80. This is f. And what is x? X is basically the midpoint of the interval, right? So the midpoint of 0 and 5. So this is 0 plus 5 divided by 2. 2.5 is the midpoint. All right. And for this interval, 5 plus 10 divided by 2, this is 7.5 is the midpoint. The midpoint of 10 and 20. 10 plus 20 divided by 2 is 15. Midpoint of 20 plus 50 divided by 2 is 35. Okay, now let me calculate what is fx, the product of the frequency and the midpoint. So we have 35 times 2.5. This is 87.5. 20 times 7.5. 20 times 7.5. This is 150. Okay, 14 times of 15. This is 210. 11 times 35. Sorry, 11 times 35 is 385. Okay. Now to calculate the mean distance traveled is sum of fx 87.5 plus 150 plus 210 plus 385 divided by the total number of people traveled to the shopping mall or 80. So just simplify. This is 87.5 plus 150 plus 210 plus 385 divides 80. This is 10.41 up to 2 decimal place. Question number 15. The diagram shows triangle A and triangle B. Okay, so we have a triangle A and a triangle B on the diagram. Describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. A onto B. This is not a translation. This is neither an enlargement. Let's see, not a reflection as well. It can be a rotation, right? So the rotation is both are in the opposite quadrant. So the rotation is 90 degree. We have to find the orientation of the rotation and the center of the rotation. So let's say this side rotated to this. So it is rotation 90 degree and clockwise. So it is a rotation 90 degree clockwise. Let's find out the center of rotation. Okay, the center of rotation is, okay, let's find out what is the center of rotation. Okay, to get the center, let me join the corresponding coordinates of the two shapes. Okay, that is the corresponding coordinate, and now let's find out its perpendicular bisector. Okay, let me draw its perpendicular bisector of this line. Let's say this is the perpendicular bisector I'm drawing. Okay, let me draw the perpendicular bisector with the green color. Okay, let's join another coordinate, let's say this with this, and find out its perpendicular bisector as well. Okay, all right, let's find out this line's perpendicular bisector. Okay, this and this. Okay, where the two perpendicular bisector intersect, that would be the center of rotation, right? So the two perpendicular bisector intersect at a point 2, 1. That is the center of rotation. So this is a way to find out the center, which is 2 and 1. All right. Question number 16. Sketch the graph of the function number a y equals to 3 minus x minus 3. So the gradient y-intercept is negative 3 and the slope is 1. So we can say y-intercept is equals to negative 3 and the slope is 1 over 1, rise over run. Rise is 1 unit and the run is also 1 unit. All right, so let's do this. So let me label in terms of centimeters. Yes, 1 2 1 and 2, and on this side we can say this is 1 2 1 and 2, right? So the gradient is negative of 3, so let's say this is minus 2 and minus 4, so minus 3 is somewhere over here, right? This is 2 and this is 4, this is 2 and 4. Now we have to do the slope, which is rise over run. You have to move 1 unit up, rise, and the run is also 1 unit. Run is also 1 unit over here. So this is the line. This line is y equals to x minus 3, right? Now moving to part B, y equals to 1 over x. We have to sketch the graph of y equals to 1 over x. So 1 by x is a reciprocal function graph. That is pretty simple. It is in this quadrant and is in this quadrant, as we all know, right? This is a very standard base function of the reciprocal function, and we all know the sketch of this graph. If you don't know, you can put the values corresponding to x, 0 to positive and negative values, and you will get some y values. You will get the same sketch. Question number 17. An insect population decrease at a rate of 12% per year. An insect population on 1st January 2022 is 3.7 million. This is 3.7 times 10 to the power 6, because million has 6 zeros. Calculate the number of complete years. We have to solve for the time it will take for the insect population to first fall below 1 million insect. The population should be below 1 million, right? So this is the population decay, exponential decay question, right? That is a decay question, and it has a formula that n equals to n naught into 1 minus I to the power of t. Okay, so it drops, right? So it falls below 1 million, which is 1 into 10 to the power 6. This is 1 times 10 to the power 6 is 3.7 times 10 to the power 6, and 1 minus 12%, and we have to solve for the time. So 10 to the power 6 and 10 to the power 6 is cancelled out. It is 1 over 3.7, and over here we have 1 minus 12 over 100. Okay, 12 over 100 and 1 minus answer is 0.88. 0.88 to the power of t. And what is 1 over 3.7? This is 0.270. 0.270. This should be equals to 0.88 to the power of t. So we have to find the number of complete years. That is just a guess and check method. When t is 1, it doesn't work. 0.88 to the power of 2. Okay, this is 0.7. We need 0.2. 0.88 to the power of 4, let's say. 0.5, 0.88 to the power of 6, 0.46, 0.88 to the power of 8, it's 0.3, 0.88 to the power of 10, 0.278, 0.88 to the power of 11, 0.245. So I guess 0.278 is more. So okay, let me write this down and then simplify. Okay, so when we put t equals to 10, we got when t is 10, its power is 10, so this number is 0.2 okay, 0.88 to the power of 10, 78. It is more. You can see we need 0.270. At t equals to 11, 0.88 to the power 11 is 0.2, 4 and 5, so it is rounded to 0.25, so it is closer, right? So we can say the number of complete years are t would be equals to 11. Question number 18, y is inversely proportional to the cube root of x. So what does that mean? That y is inversely proportional to the cube root of x, right? So we can rewrite this: y equals to some constant of proportionality times divides the cube root of x, right? All right, and given that y is 2.5 when x is equals to 8. Okay, let me solve for k. Y is 2.5 equals to times cube root of x, which is 8, equals to the k value. Let me solve for k from here. So we have the cube root of 8, that is 2, times by 2.5, that is equals to 5. It means the k is equals to 5. All right, so we have an equation y equals to 5 over, substituting the k value over here, cube root of x. Okay, now find y when x is 64. We have to solve for y when you have given the x. Y would be equals to 5 over cube root of 64. Okay, so cube root of 64 and 5 divide answer, which is 5 by 4 or 1.25, 5 by 4 or 1.25. all right. Question number 19, ABCD is a quadrilateral with AB equals to 500 meters, B to C is 650 meters, and D to A is 350 meters. Okay, angle BAD, D, A and B is 135, and angle BDC, B, D and C is 52 degrees. Number A, calculate D and B. All right, where is DB? D to B, this side we have to calculate. All right, so if I use this triangle ABD, we have the two sides and the angle between them. We can apply the law of cosine to get the third side. Yes, law of cosine on triangle ABD. Okay, so the front side is BD, its square, equals to the rest of the sides are 500, take it square, plus 350, take it square, minus 2 into 500 into 350 into cos of the angle between the two sides, which is 135 degrees. Okay, let me simplify this. It should be in degrees. My calculator is in radians, convert it into degrees. Now cos 135 times 350 times by 500 and times -2 is this much. Add 350 square and add 500 square. Okay, so BD, sorry, that is equals to 619,987.3734. Okay, so solve for DBD. Take the square roots on both sides. Square root of answer, this is 787.4, we can say 787.4 meters. All right, 787.4. Now number B, calculate the obtuse angle BDC. Obtuse angle BDC, BDC. BCD, that is an obtuse angle. Obtuse angle is the angle that is more than 90 degree, right? All right, so this side B to D is 787.4. We have this side, we have this angle side, this angle and the side, this angle and the side, applying law of sine over here. Using the triangle BCD, we have the angle and the front side, angle and the front side, so we can apply the law of sine. Law of sine. Since it is an obtuse angle, so we can use ambiguous case on the law of sine on triangle BCD, right? So we can say sine of angle C over, you can see this C, we have to find the front side, and sine D over the front side. And 787.4, this is equals to sine of D, which is 52 degrees, over its front side is 650, yes. So let me solve for sine C, which is equals to sine of 52 multiply 787.4 and divide 650. Okay, again in degrees, so sine of 52 degrees times 787.4 and divide 650, that is C would be equals to sine inverse of 0.95. Sine inverse of answer, this is angle C, which is equals to 72.66, okay, degrees, right? Since it is an obtuse angle, so we have to use the ambiguous case of that angle. We got the acute one, right? So this implies obtuse angle BCD, this is equals to, from 180 we have to subtract 72.66, the acute angle. 180 take away answer, this is 107.33, 107.33 degrees. Question number 20. Shanti travels 12 km from home to school. She travels at an average speed of x km/h. Number A, write down an expression in terms of x for the time taken in minutes for Shanti to travel from home to school. Okay, so we have to find out the time. We have given the distance and we have given the speed. So we have the formula that average speed is distance over time. Distance over time. And what is the time? We have to do the cross multiplication. So we can say the time is going to be distance over the average speed, right? So the distance is 12 km and the average speed is x km/h. Kilometer is cancelled out with kilometer, so we have answer 12 over x hours. But we have to find the answer in terms of minutes. The answer should be in terms of minutes, not in terms of hours. So to convert hours into minutes, we can say 12 over x is times by 60 to get the answer in minutes. Okay, so 12 times by 60 is 720 over x minutes, right? Now for part B, Felix traveled 12 km from home to school. Again, the distance is same. He travels at an average speed of 20 km/h, slower than Shanti's average speed, which is x. So 12, 20 minus x. Sorry. He travels at an average speed of 20 km. His average speed is 20 km and 20 km slower than Shanti's average speed. Her average speed was x and it's 20 kilometers slower. 20 slower means from x you have to take away 20, right? Write an expression in terms of x for the time taken in minutes for the Felix to travel from home to school. Same time, this thing we have to do. Time would be equals to distance over the average speed. The distance is 12 km and the speed is x minus 20 km/h. Again, we will get the answer in terms of hours, which is 12 over x minus 20 hours. So we have to convert it into minutes by times it by 60. So again, 720 over x minus 20 minutes. It's not 20 minus x because it is saying he travels at an average speed of 20 slower than x. So means from x we have to take away 20. I hope this makes sense now. Now moving to part C, Flex takes 15 minutes longer to travel from home to school than Shanti. 15 minutes longer he takes, right? Okay, use an equation, use your answer from part A and part B to form an equation in X and solve it. Show that it simplifies to this quadratic equation. All right, so what information we have given? We have the time for the Shanties and the Flicks. The Flicks takes 15 minutes. These are the time in terms of minutes, right? This is the Flicks minutes time the Flicks takes, and this is the time Shanti takes from home to school, right? Flicks takes 15 minutes longer to travel from home to school than Shanti. So Flicks then Shanti. So there's a difference. So Flicks time is this. Subtract the Shanti's time is this. And this should be 15 minutes. So he takes 15 minutes longer. So Shanti travels to school 15 minutes earlier, and Flicks will arrive 15 minutes after Shanti, right? Okay, so that's the equation. Just a cross multiplication. 720 times by x minus 720 times by x minus 20 and divided by x into x minus 20 and equals to 15, right? This is 720x minus 720x minus plus 720 times by 20. We have 720 times by 20 is 14400. 14400, and this should be equals to, it is multiplying 15x is multiplying with x minus 20. Cross multiplication we did, right? This positive and negative is just cancelled out. 14400 equals to 15x square, and 15 times by 20 is minus 300x. Okay, shift this term on the other side. So it becomes 0 equals to 15x square minus 300x and minus 14400, right? We have to convert this equation into that form, means the x square coefficient should be 1. So dividing by 15, 15, 15 and 15. So this implies 0 would be equals to x square. 300 over 15 would be 20. Yes, negative 20x. And we have 14400 over 15 is 960, negative of 960. So it is proved. You can see negative 960. Now for part D, solve this equation, show your working and give your answer correct to 2 decimal place. Okay, that should be a quadratic equation applying the quadratic formula. Negative of the b value plus minus square root b square minus 4 into a and into c minus 960. Divided by 2 times of a, which is 1, and the square root. So what is x? X is 20 plus minus, let me simplify this. Negative times negative is positive. 4 times 960 is this much, and add 20 square is this much, and root of this answer is 4 root 265 divided by 2. So x should be equals to 20 plus 4 root 265 divided by 2. And x should be equals to 20 minus 4 root 265 divided by 2. All right. Let me simplify this. 20 plus 4 root 265. Okay, and this whole thing is divided by 2. That's the answer up to 2 decimal place. We have to find it is 42.56 if it is rounded. 42.5. This is 57, so this point is rounded to 6, right? Now for the second one, this is negative over here. Negative 22.56. Again, the second decimal place is rounded to 6. Now for part E, calculate the time Flix takes to travel from home to school. Give your answer in minutes and seconds. So the time Flix takes, we already did in the part B. So the time the Flix takes to travel from home to school is 720 over x minus 20. So which value of x we are going to use, as we have given that x would be the average speed, and speed never be negative, it's positive, right? So we have to pick the positive one, which is 720 over 42.56 minus 20. So 42.56 minus 20 and 720 divided by answer is this much, which is 31.91. This is minutes, but we need to find the answer in minutes and seconds. So the minutes are 31 and the rest are the seconds. So the minutes are 31. Let's work on the seconds. So the seconds are 0.91, right? So 0.51 times it by 60 to get the seconds. 0.91 times by 60 is 54.6 or 55 seconds, we can say. 31 minutes and 55 seconds. Question number 21. The table shows some values of y correct to one decimal place. Some values of this function basically. Complete the table for part A. When x is -3 and x is +3, we have to complete this table. So just plug into the calculator. -3, its cube divided by 3, minus 2 into -3 plus 5, that is 2. Okay, now let's do with 3. So 3 cube over 3 minus 2 into 3 and plus 5, which is 8. Now for part B, draw the graph of the function for -3 to +3. So that's simple. X is -3, y value is 2, x is -3, y value is 2 over here. -2.5, 4.8. -2.5 is over here. We have 4.8. We have, this line is the 4. 4.2, 4, 6, and 8. This is 4.8, right? Okay, the next is -2 and 6.3. -2, we have 6.3, moving up 6.2 and 3 over here. And then -1, 6.7, we have a line -1. This is 6, 6.2, 4, 6, and 6.7. And at 0, it is 5. 0, y is 5. At 1, it is 1.3. 1.3. 1.3, sorry, 3.3. 3.2 and 3.3 is over here. 2 and 3.7. Corresponding to 2, it is 3.7. This is 3, 3.2, 4, 6, and 3.7 in the middle. And 2.5, 5.2. Okay, 2.5. This is 2.5 in the middle. And 5.2. Okay, this is 5 and 5.2, this point, right? Okay, 3, it's 8. Okay, corresponding to 3, we have 8. Okay, let me connect all the points to get the curve. Make sure your curve passes through each and every point. It's just a sketch. It's a cubic function, right? That should be the shape of the graph. Now for part C, by drawing a suitable line on the grid, find the roots of the equation. This equation, what equation we have given? We have given this equation. Let me write this down. Y is equals to x cube over 2, 3, minus 2x and plus 5. All right. And we have to make this. Okay. So we can say y plus 2x and minus 5. This is x cube over 3. Right, so I just shift this term and this term on the left side, and we can just replace the value over here. So from here, y plus 2x minus 5 minus 1.5x plus 1, this is equals to 0. I substituted the value. All right, now the next step, just simplify y and x and the x term. 2 minus 1.5, 2 minus 1.5 is 0.5. This is plus 1 by 2x, and minus 5 and 1 is negative 4. This is equals to 0. So we have to draw the suitable line. So the line should be y equals to mx plus c form. So y equals to negative 1 by 2x plus 4. So the y-intercept is 4 and the slope is minus 1 by 2. Let me draw this. Y-intercept is 4 and the slope is negative 1 by 2. Negative 1 is the rise. So the rise is 1 unit down and run is 2 units. Okay, over here this is 1 unit and this is 2 unit, corresponding to 3 at 2. This is the other point, this is the first point. Okay, let me join it. Okay, that is the straight line. Now let's find out the solutions, the roots. So it cuts the line curve at 3 points, 1, 2 and 3. Let's find it. Okay, so this one is 2.1234, negative 2.4, right? This one is 0.123456. Okay, 0.6 or 0.7. Okay, and the next one is, okay, the next one is this, and that is 1.1235, 1.5. 1.5, 0.6, negative 2.4. These are the three solutions. The three roots, negative 2.4, 0.6, and 1.5. Question number 22. The length of a pencil is given as 16 centimeter. Correct to the nearest centimeter. Nearest 1 centimeter. So it is 1 by 2. The length of the pen is given as this much centimeter. Correct to the nearest millimeter. So convert millimeters to centimeters. Right. Okay, so calculate the upper bound of the difference between the length of the pencil and the length of the pen. Upper bounds we have to work on, right? So length, first we are working with the pencil. So the pencil is 16 centimeter. The length of the pencil is given 16 centimeter, correct to the nearest centimeter. So in 16 we have to add 1 by 2, and in 16 we have to subtract 1 by 2, right? 16 plus 1 by 2 is 16.5, and 16 minus 1 by 2 is 15.5. Yes. So that is my upper bound and that is my lower bound. So upper bound and that is the lower bound. All right. Now let's work on the pen. So the length of the pen is given as 14.7 centimeter, correct to the nearest millimeter. So 1 millimeter, or convert the centimeters to millimeters. So 1 centimeter has 10 millimeters. What about 14.7 centimeter? 14.7 times by 10, 147 millimeters. So 147 millimeters, correct to the nearest 1 millimeter. So adding 1 by 2 and subtracting 1 by 2 again to get the upper and the lower bounds for the pen. So for the nearest, it means we have to find the upper and the lower bounds, and it's 1 centimeter, so every time it is dividing by 2. If it is 5 centimeter, 5 is dividing by 2, right? Because most of the students get confused at why I'm dividing by 2. So since it is 1 centimeter, so it is 1 by 2. If it is 5, 8, 10, then that number should be divided by 2. So that's the main concept, right? Okay, so for 147 plus 0.5, this is 147.5 and 146.5. Okay, so we got the upper bound for the pen and the lower bound for the length of the pen as well. Now we have to find the upper bound of the difference between the length of the pencil and the length of the pen. And one more thing you have to remember in this question, as you can see, this is in terms of centimeters, but these are in millimeters. So for the difference, we must have the same units, and the answer should be in centimeters. So convert these millimeters into centimeters. Okay, so here I have to times it, no, divide it by 110, divided by 10, and that should be 14.75, 14.65. All right, now let's find out the difference and the upper bound. Length of pencil, subtract the pen. So pencil should be upper bound and pen is the lower bounds. Pencil upper bound is this, which is 16.5 centimeters, and the pen lower bound is 14.65 centimeters. So in difference, we have to do the, if it is upper, then upper minus lower. If it is lower, then we do lower minus upper, right? 16.5 subtract 14.65. This is 1.85 centimeter. Question number 23, expand and simplify. So let's do it. So we are expanding with, the first day is the same. Let's keep it first as it is and expand with 4x with x, 4x with x minus 5 and plus 1 with x minus 5. Okay, x minus 2 is outside. This is 4x square minus 4 times 5 is 20x plus x minus 5, and that is x minus 2 and 4x square minus 19x minus 5. Now again expand with x, x with 4x square minus 19x minus 5, and negative 2 with 4x square minus 19x minus 5. This should be 4x cube minus 19x square minus 5x minus 2 times 4 is 8 plus negative times negative is positive, 2 times of 19 is 38x and positive 2 times 5 is 10. Further simplification, 4x cube, 19 and 8 are the x square term, minus 19 minus 8, negative 27x square. The x term is 30, these two are x terms. 38 take away 5 is 33x, and the constant is just 10. So this is a simplified answer. Question number 24, A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, and E is a rectangular based pyramid. Okay. A to C, and B to D. A, C, and B, D intersect at F. So A, C, and B, D are basically the diagonals of the rectangle, right? They intersect at F, and that would be the midpoint of these two lines. EF is perpendicular to FC. E to F is perpendicular to FC. All right, we have AD, we have BC, we have EC. Write the number of planes of symmetry of the pyramid. As we know that the number of planes of symmetry of rectangular base pyramid is 2. So that is true. Now for part B, show that EF is 14.3 centimeter correct to 1 decimal place. Okay, E to F we have to calculate. For EF we need FC because we have EC, right? Because and then we apply the Pythagoras theorem. It is a right angle triangle. So consider this triangle D and C, this triangle. We have AD, we have DC. Let's find out AC. Okay, let me draw this triangle. Okay. A, D, and C. These are right angle. A to D is 12. D to C is 8. We have to find this hypotenuse, right? So AC square equals to 8 square plus 12 square. And then the square root, we will get AC. 8 square plus 12 square, and the root of answer, this is 14.422. So from here AC we got is 14.42, right? We got AC. Since AF and FC are the half of AC, right? So this implies F to C is 14.42 divided by 2. We got FC, which is 7.21. So we have this 7.21 and we have this. Let's find out the third one, right? So consider the triangle E, F, and C. It's a right angle triangle again. Let me draw that triangle over here. Okay, and okay, so this is E, right angle is at F, and we have C. We got FC 7.21 and this is 16. We have to find this length. Okay, apply the Pythagoras theorem over again. 16 square hypotenuse equals to EF, 8 square, and plus 7.21 8 square. So what is EF? 16 square minus 7.21 square. This would be EF square. And then the square root, we will get the answer, right? Okay, the square of this number, all right, and 16 square minus answer is 204. Root of answer, this would be 14.3 up to 1 decimal place. Yes, EF is 14.28 and up to 1 decimal place it is 14.3. This is correct. Now for part C, calculate the angle between the line EC and the base ABCD. Angle between the line what line? E to C and the base ABCD. So this is the line EC and this is the base ABCD. So EC makes the angle with the base. This angle we have to find. So E, F, and C, this same triangle I'm using. I have all the three sides. We have to find just one angle, right? So we have all the three sides. This is 14.3. This angle we have to calculate theta basically. So opposite over hypotenuse we can use. Yes, let's use a ratio of sine theta. Opposite is 14.3 and the hypotenuse is 16. Okay, so theta should be equals to sine inverse of 14.3 over 16. That would be the angle. Okay, in degrees, yes, 14.3 over 16. Sine inverse of answer is 63.34 or 35 if I round it. Theta is 63.35 degrees. Question number 25. The diagram shows a bowl in the shape of a frustum. Frustum is a new thing now in this syllabus. Calculate the volume of the bowl. Okay, so we have to calculate the volume of this frustum. Okay, first let me tell you what is frustum. Frustum is basically a larger cone and you have to subtract the smaller cone, you will get the shape of the frustum. Let me draw this. So let me extend this cone. Yeah, so you can see this is the cone, the shape of a cone. From this cone you have to subtract this smaller cone, you will get the frustum. Okay, so the larger cone, its radius is 8. Let's say this is capital R The smaller cone radius is small r, that is 6, and the height, yeah. So here let me work with the height. So this whole thing is the height of the capital H, right? And from this point to this one, the height of the smaller cone is small h. What is a capital H? Capital H is basically the sum of 9 and h. This 9 and this h. The height of the frustum is 9, right? Okay. Now we have to use the concept of similarity, right? Since the both of the cone, this cone and the larger cone and the smaller cone, they are mathematically similar. So we are using the concept of similarity, that the larger radius over the smaller radius, their ratio would be equals to the larger height over the smaller height. The larger radius is r, the smaller radius is 6, the larger height is 9 plus h, and the smaller height is just h. Cross multiply and solve for h. 8h equals to 9 plus h times it by 6. Okay, so we have 9 times 6 is 8h equals to 54 plus 6h, right? So 8h minus 6h, this, okay, sorry, 54. Okay, 8 minus 6 is 2h. This is 54. H is 54 divided by 2. So the smaller height is 27 centimeter, right? We got the smaller height. This is 27 centimeter, right? Let's work on the larger height, which is 9 plus 27. And 27 add 9 is 36. This is 36 centimeter. Right. So we got the height of the two cones, and we have the radius of the two cones. So let's find out the volume of the bowl. The bowl is a frustum. So the volume of this whole bowl is the volume of the larger cone. Subtract the volume of the smaller cone. We will get the volume of the frustum, right? Okay, so let's do this. Now we can say volume of frustum is volume of larger cone subtract the volume of smaller cone. Okay, so we know that the volume of a cone, its formula is 1 by 3 pi radius square and h minus 1 by 3 pi r square h. So this is 1 by 3 pi. The radius is 8 and its height is 36, and 27 are the two heights. 36 minus 1 by 3 pi, this is 6 is the radius, and the height is 27. Okay, for the simplification, let me take 1 by 3 and pi common. We are left with 36 into 8 square, and here we are left with 27 and 6 square. And simplify this. Okay, 36 into 8 square minus 27. 36 times 8 times 8 is 64, minus 27 times 3 times 6 times 6 is 36, is this much. 1 by 3 pi and 1332 divided by 3 and times it by pi. 1394.8, 1395 we can say. 1395 centimeter cube. So that's the volume of the frustum. All right, so that was the last question of our paper. If you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.